What do you do when you don't know what to do? Do you ever have those moments in life where you're just going about your day and you're doing the things that you do every single day, whether you go to work or you're painting or you're doing one of your hobbies or whatever it's that you're doing throughout the day, and suddenly you get this jolt, this kind of moment of self-actualization, and you're thinking to yourself, what the F am I actually doing? Now, there are two main causes. Well, actually, you can define it in two categories. It's either its meaninglessness or purposeless life experience, or it's feeling lost in life. Well, I'm gonna show you three main reasons why these things happen, why you feel like you feel. Like, does it have meaning? Is there any purpose? Should I continue? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And does it change anything? Does it do anything? Does it have any meaning? Because I don't feel like it does anything. Well, number one, you invest too much in other people's opinions about you as an individual. Like, the world in general, keeping social media in mind, we're so bombarded with comparing ourselves with other people. Like, do we look good enough? Are we striving as these other people? Are we as successful? Do we have a lot of money like these people? Like, all these things, the companionship on a daily basis, by being confronted with reality, online reality or actual reality, makes you stand still and think about it. It's kind of like being frozen in the moment, but in a negative way. Number two is neglecting your intuition or inner guidance or internal compass. Now, what does that mean? That means that system overload, as they call it, can also happen to human beings. And I don't mean like a burnout because of years and years of work. I'm talking about that you can be bombarded by a lot of things concerning the world that at some point you're so into what other people say or what types of advice come from your close environment or your online community that you lost time and being in touch with your own internal guidance. And that can also lead you astray and make you lose your identity and make you lose your sanity and make you lose your actual compass that you need to be able to find your way through life. Now, number three is negative self-talk plus affirmations. Now, you've got positive affirmations and everybody knows what that means, but you also have negative affirmations, and it's a mental condition. So you can be like, okay, everybody succeeds in life and I always fail, I'm a loser, I suck, such and such. Well, if you're gonna say that every single time, that's called a negative affirmation. It's being in that spiral, in that loop that actually diminishes opportunities for you in the future because that holds you back. I still got two more actually that I want to add, so it's going to be like a top 5, to be very honest. You haven't discovered your real life's purpose due worldly materialistic distractions, whether it's online or offline. So that's something that is very common these days, that people lack purpose in life. And with the rise of AI, it seems to be more common among a lot of young people, specifically growing up in these times, going through these times, that the more everything gets automized, the more everything is instant and direct, the less it feels like whatever you have to offer has any meaning. Now, what do I mean with materialistic, worldly materialistic distractions? I mean, think about big companies and corporations that promote their products. Now, if you're so preoccupied with telling yourself, oh, I need this, I need that, I need to buy this, I need to buy that, and it ends into feeling like such and such that is positive, aka dopamine kick, is that actually what you truly need? Is that actually what's gonna help you in the long run? Is that it's gonna make you feel better, like actually help you with your development? And it doesn't actually add anything because it's in the moment. There is a need being fulfilled, making you a consumer, but that doesn't mean that your life has purpose because it doesn't add anything to you as a person, as an individual. And that's where people also starting to feel lost, that they have to cope by consuming, because the moment they stop consuming is the moment they feel like, I don't have anything to do in my life. I'm bored, my life is meaningless. My life is meaningless. What do I do? And the cope and the distraction helps them not to think about these things. And then number 5, you're living in your mind, not living out your heart's desires. You're not living in the here and the now, in the present. So what do we remember of old school books and movies and stuff is that live out your heart's desires, strive for your passions, accomplish success by reaching your goals and working hard. Now these things seem to be something from the past because it's more about, you know, what your mind is telling you what to do instead of actually listening to you, your internal heart, the heart that has a beat, a rhythm that helps you actually stay on track. And that's sad because the more we're involved with worldly things, the more we're involved with other people, the less we're actually involved with ourselves, and we don't have a personal connection with ourselves, our core selves. So the solutions I can offer to get you back on the way is, for example, committing to yourself, not to others. So our lives kind of more symbolize more and more being a people pleaser, you know, feeding and giving into the needs of other people, whether it's our family and friends, siblings, whether it's our workforce, whether it's just a community. The point is that you're so busy with doing what other people want you to do that you're not doing what you want to do for yourself. And then you can also discover yourself to get to know the real you. Nobody, because of a lack of time and a lack of patience and because of a lot of mental health issues and personality disorders, can actually muster up the courage to take the time to get to know themselves. I'm not talking about any type of expression or orientation. I'm talking about understanding yourself as you, not needs and desires. No, knowing exactly who you are. And it's very hard and it's challenging because many people are afraid to confront themselves with themselves. And then I've got love yourself truly. Now, how many people these days can actually openly admit, like I'm doing here on camera, that they actually love themselves fully, like actually love themselves truly, accept themselves, love themselves, sharing themselves, and appreciate themselves? No, there are not many people actually can say that with a straight face and being serious and speaking from the heart. As long as they don't get any outward confirmation, they're not going to say that because they can't. And then the final part is be true to yourself, don't lie. Now, we love to actually look at ourselves in the mirror and lie constantly about anything you can think of. And that's really a shame. That's really sad because you don't have to lie. You know, you can just be honest. You can tell, okay, I have shortcomings, okay, I have weaknesses, okay, I'm not at that point in life I want to be with my weight, with my mental health, with my job prospects, or with my hobbies. Okay, so what? Is there any time restrictions? Do you have a limit? Is there a limitation time on what you can do? Like, do you have to accomplish everything within one and the same year? No. So don't be too hard on yourself, you know. People are really hard on themselves, and the more I actually look around and observe people, the more I realize that people are giving themselves, plus society is giving them a really hard time. And it's a shame, and it shouldn't be like that. That's the last thing I would want to see. That's the last thing I want for other people. Because life by itself is a struggle. Life by itself can be depressing. Life by itself can be an uphill climb. But does that mean that you have to do everything right now, right here, or you fail, or you're a failure or a loser? No, that doesn't mean any of that sort. That doesn't mean any of that kind. It's basically just going through life on your own pace, you know, and because we forgot how to do that, because we don't know ourselves, because we don't have the time to get to know ourselves. Like, it's actually the same thing like with relationships. How can you be in a relationship with someone else and want to get to know that other person if you don't even know yourself? That's something I'm going to leave you with. Think about that, and let me know what your experience has been until now.